Alright guys, today my video is going to be 5 top tips and tricks you need to be using in Arena Breakout right now. If you're not, you were missing out on a lot of things, and it's a lot of quality of life things I'm going to be showing you. So let's get straight into the video. Alright guys, top tip number 1 is if you go over to the gun mod and you go here, let's just pull up the MDMR. Oh, I don't know which which grip I should be wearing. Use the compare tool. The compare tool works like this. So I'll put the top 3 there. Okay, so this is 9,000, this is 53, this is 35. And then you can compare the actual stats. Now this here is really good for when you are building a gun. It tells you all the prices. It gives you the comparison, so you can go, oh, I get 3 extra ergonomics. Oh, I get extra ergonomics. Ooh, is that worth? For me, for 9,000, this is a really good stat bonus. The big difference here you can tell is obviously the ergonomics. Everything there is a big difference on, but then if you look at this one here, this is the same. So that extra, so this one here, there's a big difference to everything. But if you look here, you could just tell straight off the bat they're both 11, they're both 4. Now that's the only spot where they do have a little bit of a difference, but for 35 and 53, I would take 35, the tilt grip, over the vertical grip for that only a 2 difference. Okay, or 3 difference, sorry. No, yeah, 2, sorry. Math's bad. Math is bad. Okay guys, that's number 1. Let's get to number 2. Alright guys, top tip number 2 is making sure you use Deke. Deke is one of, and all the traders. So I'm going to go through Deke and some of the traders that, you know, you can get some really good deals for. Let's have a look. This is 36,000. This is 32,000, not worth it. No, not worth it, because these are only worth, 48. Yeah, it's not really worth it still. 88. Not worth it. So I've noticed Deke has changed a lot lately. He hasn't been as good as he used to be. So this is a pretty good deal. I snagged that for a good deal. 14. Not worth it. Alright guys, that's all I found in Deke today. But I snagged one good deal. Everything else was a ripoff. Okay, guys, let me know below. How's Deke going for you guys? My Deke's been terrible. Alright, let's go over to some other ones. Some other characters is Randall. If you go to Randall and you go to the armors, you can pick this armor up sometimes extremely cheap. So at the moment it's 199,000, which the armor is 252,000. So that is a big difference. Sometimes you can even pick this up for 150 to 180k. There is a big cooldown on it. So what I do is I wait for the right price. See how it fluctuates quite regularly? You can play around with this, have a look at all different types of the day until you find the right price, and then buy it. Another thing is, if you go to, I believe, Laden. Now, this guy here, if you buy the RPK off this guy here, if you buy this RPK, then build it and then sell the remaining items that you do have, like for example the drum mag and everything else you do swap over on it, you end up selling it and having a really cheap gun. That's another little quick trick and tip. Obviously you need to look at this, the storage and the keychain. That is a must from these contractors, the contacts. But guys, that is the main parts of the contacts that needs to be used. Top tip number 3. Now this is going to be a one that most people are not using at the moment. Now if you go over to market and you go over to equipment and you go to helmets, right? Okay, so I'm going to go over to the tier 4s and stuff. The ones that I like to buy a lot of is this helicopter helmet, 110,000. If you go like new, you can buy it for 71,000. Big difference. Same as the ANA 95. There's a big difference there. Look. New. So 155. Like new, it goes down 20,000. This here goes down 30,000. That's how I buy my helmets, guys, because when they are like new, they've only been slightly damaged. The damage isn't to a point where it's going to affect much of your gameplay. For example, I would buy this for 71,000. I would buy this for 120,000. And look how many there is. There's 90 of them going on at the moment. So there's a lot of people selling them. You save a lot of money like this. See, 110. If I refresh this, look, someone is selling it very cheap at the moment. But 110 is the base price of this helicopter helmet. So that's where I pick up most of my helmets, any of my high-end helmets, if I don't get them from Deke at a really good price. So guys, let me know if you're going to use this tip. Alright guys, top tip number 4. Number 4 is a very interesting one. Now, it does need to have the battle pass. The battle pass is very, very cheap. In Australia, it's about $6 or $7. So that means everywhere else is $2 or $3. So let's go over to the point store. A lot of people need to learn to use this store. So it refreshes once a week. So every weekly reset, this whole thing restores. Now, for quite some time, I only thought there was these items here. Now, if you go down, if you hit down and hit rare, there's another set of boxes. So even more. So what I would suggest you guys do is you buy the ammos, you buy the helmets and the armors when needed. And then if you I like some of these guns here, so I use these guns and I run them. Now, if you go over to the rare, you got medical supplies. I wouldn't waste too much money on medical supplies. I always buy the tier 4 one. And guys, this is a one-time offer. You can buy it twice. Okay, so you can only buy this one twice. This one doesn't reset. This one does come with tier 5 armor, and it comes with M62s, so the best bullets in the game. So it comes with a large amount. This is a really, really expensive bundle. We're probably talking, this kit with the bullets would probably cost you close to about 750 to 800k roughly, or maybe even more. Now, what I would suggest is I like the M4. This M4 is pretty decent. I just take off that scope, and then I'll put a red dot, or I change the sight a little bit, and then run it in TV station. So I buy that. You can also buy the MPX and stuff like this. These kind of bundles here. These bundles do cost 24,000, but these always reset. But don't buy everything, because you will run out of your season points. Season points are pretty much received via the season pass. At the moment, the event going on, you can buy season points here, and there's a few other ways to make season points, but that is number 4. Top tip number 5. Okay, so if you go over to your storage, I do this quite regularly. I'll just chuck on a rig for now. Alright guys, so this is one of my main tips to save money when you're going into a gunfight. So remove. So I won't use them. I'll use these, for example. So I'll go like this. Remove. Remove. Alright, so what I do is, and then I'll grow. Do I have another one around? I don't have there. Remove. Alright, so this is what I would do. I'd go M80s, M80s, M62s, M62s. This means, I do save a lot of ammo. So for example, the M62s right now, let's have a look at the price. They were 3,604 Cohen per shot. So if I have 10 of them, that's a lot of money. We're talking, quite up to 30,000, over 30,000 Cohen just for 10 bullets. Okay. Now, if I was to run 40 bullets like that, and I die, that means I lose like close to 300,000 Cohen. If I run it this way, I reduced the amount of coin which is used. Now, always have the top set of the mags utilized with the best ammo, and then underneath that you have the M80s. The M80s are still a tier 4 round, so if you do it like that, you will save so much money in the long term, and it will extend the use of your bullets. If you were to get 120 rounds of M61s or M62s or any type of bullets that doesn't matter, and then do it this way, you will get a lot more raids out of your bullets than if you were to just pack the bullets with one set of rounds. It takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth it. Alright guys, one last tip before I let you go is to join a Discord. Our Discord is in the link below. Our Discord is a very strong community in the Arena Breakout Infinity area or environment, or whatever you want to call it. We have over 1,600 active members, so that means if you want to play with people from South Africa, if you want to play with people from America, Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, Singapore, all of Europe, England, just everywhere, we have players from every single country that are playing. So there's every single time there's someone playing, because there's always someone in different time zones. Please come say hello. You can play with myself and Deanpo. We are the main content creators of the Discord channel. If you guys do come in, make sure you say hello. It is much appreciated. A lot of people have joined having 0 coin, and now they've joined and they're making millions of coin by just playing with myself and all the other players in there. There's a lot of rules, there's a lot of regulations, so it does stop the toxicity and loot stealing and everything along those lines. Everyone is a really good member. If we do have moderators and everything along those lines to make sure that we do keep it, safe and enjoyment for everyone. So come in, have a look, come say hi. There's always people around to play with, okay? And if you need help or anything along those lines, reach out to someone. Everyone is really happy to help out. And yeah, guys, I'd love to see you there, and I'd love to see you in my next video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and see you in the next one.